Welcome back everyone, Jose 21 Crisis here, and today it is time for round 6 of the FIA Formula 1 2000 World Championship in the Mendoza Career. Round 6 takes us to the Nurburgring Grand Prix layout in Germany for the European Grand Prix. While tire degradation is not a particularly massive factor around this track, the penalty of carrying heavy fuel definitely is. For that reason, and due to the fact that the weather could throw a wrench into most plans, teams are likely preparing to run 2 stoppers and 3 stoppers, so as to be ready when the rain actually hits. And if you needed a reminder of the current situation in terms of the championship, Mika Häkkinen and Michael Schumacher are tied on the lead, both on 36 points, but Mika Häkkinen has 3 wins over Michael Schumacher's 2. In third place, David Coulthard has 16 points over Alex Mendoza, who has 12 points, who is tied with Rubens Barrichello, but Mendoza's second place puts him ahead of Barrichello's 3 third places. At 6 you have Heinz-Harald Frentzen, who is tied with Jacques Villeneuve. 8 is Jarno Trulli, 9 Giancarlo Fisichella, 10 and 11 Ralf Schumacher and Ricardo Zonta with 1 point apiece. As for the Constructors' Championship, we have McLaren Mercedes leading by 4 points over Ferrari. Jaguar Cosworth is third with 12 points, with Jordan Mugen Honda at 9 points, BAR Honda 6 points, and Benetton 2. Williams, the final point scorer, only has 1 point to their name. Right, so let's get down there and see what the qualifying left us, shall we? And it is a pole position for the home hero Michael Schumacher with a 1:17.528. Right behind him David Coulthard, just 100th of a second behind. Third is Mika Häkkinen at 10 behind his teammate Ralf Schumacher with a surprising 4th place. And then you have Alex Mendoza nearly a full second behind Michael Schumacher, 1:18.4, but he manages to beat Rubens Barrichello, who did a 1:18.5. 7th will be Jacques Villeneuve, 8th Eddie Irvine, so this is just not a Mendoza thing, this is just an overall Jaguar thing. 9th will be Jarno Trulli, in 10th is Heinz-Harald Frentzen, 11th is Jenson Button, 1:18.5. You can see how close everyone is right now, as Rubens Barrichello did a 1:18.5, and you have all 1:18.5s all the way down to Jenson Button in 11th. Giancarlo Fisichella puts it on 12th with a 1:18.6, followed by Alexander Wurz. Pedro de la Rosa for Arrows 1:18.6 as well. Nick Casado for Sauber 1:18.7, followed by Nick Heidfeld with a surprising 1:18.7 as well. Jos Verstappen with a 1:18.854, followed by Pedro Diniz, and here we see the gap starting to increase a bit. 1:19.2. John Lacey put a 1:19.3. Right behind him is Ricardo Zonta, disappointing considering his teammate is 7th. Ricardo Zonta only manages to do a 1:19.7. Marc Gené and Gaston Mazzacane rounding out the back of the grid, both of them posting 119. In this case, Gené does a 119.7 with Mazzacane 119.8. And now it's race time right now. The weather looks quite cloudy, but we are pretty sure it's not going to start raining anytime soon. Maybe it'll start raining by the halfway point of the race, but everyone's going to be aware of the weather. Let's get down there and see how the race pans out. Me breaking the fourth wall here. I guess this is appropriate time to tell you two things. First, comment, like, subscribe, the usual YouTuber stuff, and there's a coffee link down there if you really want to support this content. And as you've seen, and the second thing is, as you've seen from the qualifying video, this is not your usual version of Nurburgring. This is the Marquez version, which I will link in the description. It comes from the wiki forums, and that's a version you will be seeing throughout this race. So, hope you liked it. I think it performs better than the, in terms of AI, it performs better than the base game version. Same with a few of the tracks, but for now, this is the one we'll have. Now, on to the actual race. Everyone is ready to go, the lights are turning on, and did I see a little movement from Mendoza there? Anyway, clutches are ready to drop, and they are off. Solid start from David Coulthard, amazing start by David Coulthard actually. Michael Schumacher bogged down a bit. It looks like David Coulthard is ahead, and indeed he is. David Coulthard takes the lead of the European Grand Prix. Saw Ralf Schumacher running wide a bit there, but he's still fine. I think, yeah, Alex Mendoza is trying to attack Ralf Schumacher. You saw him there, he might have gotten the move. Yeah, he got the move done. Not only was an amazing start by David Coulthard, who is now in the lead, Alex Mendoza has gotten a place on that start. Just solid work all around. I think Eddie Irvine of Jaguar also gained a place. Let's see if the camera allows us to see. No, I was wrong, he's still down there. But still, amazing start by David Coulthard from McLaren Mercedes. Mercedes pretty happy with that start. This is their home Grand Prix, remember that? They would like to win this race along with their actual home race in the German Grand Prix, and it looks like David Coulthard is pulling away. Maybe he's on a twist-off strategy, or maybe McLaren does have the pace advantage compared to Ferrari on this one, which wouldn't be completely surprising. Remember, in 1999, McLaren had the faster car overall, and it seems that is the same situation going down this year, although not to the same extent as the previous season. Anyway, David Coulthard leading the race. Michael Schumacher second, getting pressured by Mika Häkkinen. Fourth is Alex Mendoza. Fifth is Rubens Barrichello. He got past Ralf Schumacher, who is now sixth. I'm pretty surprised about the fact Alex Mendoza has been able to keep up with both Michael Schumacher and Mika Häkkinen, and how can he not keep up when they do stuff like that? Little contact between Mika Häkkinen and Michael Schumacher. Fortunately, both came out well in the end. They held their positions, but Alex Mendoza just gained a bunch of time. I was saying I was surprised about the fact he's been able to keep up with both world champions, but when they do stuff like that, who wouldn't keep up? And Mendoza now trying to put pressure over Mika Häkkinen. This is Mendoza's best sector. Let's see if he can actually pressure the world champion, the two-time world champion. He's definitely trying to get the position, definitely putting Häkkinen under a lot of pressure. He's gonna make a move into Dunlop. Can he get the car ahead? He absolutely will. He got the move done, it looks like. Yeah, Häkkinen cannot do anything. Alex Mendoza moves up to P3. This is not what Mika Häkkinen was expecting out of this race. He definitely needs to get his head down, try to pass Mendoza, and try to get ahead of Michael Schumacher. At least Mika Häkkinen has done his best to put Mendoza under pressure. He has not managed to get away. He's trying his best, but he cannot get away. Where is he going? Where is he going? He's going to crash. He hits the wall. Is he okay? Mika Häkkinen didn't get an opportunity to get the overtake there, but I'm pretty sure Mendoza must have gotten damage out of that one. Amazing that he managed to keep the car going in one piece. Big mistake there, but Mendoza, Häkkinen couldn't capitalize on it. But he definitely, Mendoza needs to start cleaning up his act if he is to keep the position. Bit of a disappointing qualifying result for Jos Verstappen means he's back here fighting a Minardi and a Prost, which isn't where the arrows is supposed to be at all. Of course, he's losing loads more time as these two cars are fighting. Jos Verstappen trying to move on the inside. Go careful, Coca-Cola is a very dangerous corner, and that's the reason why. No space on the inside for Jos Verstappen, and he crashes into the inside wall, and he will be out of this race. You cannot carry on with just one tire, and after that spin, that's absolutely sure. It looks like we figured out which strategy Mendoza is on. He's being called into the pits, which pretty much confirms the fact that he is on a 3-stop strategy. So this pace is not just the Jaguar car, it's the fact that he's lighter on fuel than Michael Schumacher, Mika Hakkinen. He makes contact with Michael Schumacher, he spins. That is an unforced error. He had no reason to try to attack Michael Schumacher like that. He's going to pit. He doesn't win anything by trying to get that position. What was he thinking? Mendoza was definitely not the only 3-stopper in this front bunch. Here is David Coulthard ready to go into the pits, and indeed he does go into the pits. That confirms him as a... No, it's not a 3-stopper. This is actually a very early 2-stop. Very, very early. And that means here you see him, Michael Schumacher is going to take the lead of the European Grand Prix. The position he held at the very beginning of the race, now he takes it back. It only lasted just this straight, and now he got it back. There's been an interesting situation here with the Williams F1 team. Ralf Schumacher is coming into the pits. Apparently they had some sort of electronics issue that misinterpreted the amount of fuel left on the car. As we know right now that Ralf Schumacher is running on fumes, he might not even be able to make it into the pits. He's trying to go in. Can he actually make it to his pit stop? Can he actually get there? Or was the issue too big? He's pulling out. He pulled to the side. He ran out of fuel. Big mistake by the Williams F1 team. They were in pretty damn good position here, and they just thrown that result away because of an electronics glitch. Amazing. Ralf Schumacher out of the race. This is very convenient. A fight between Alex Mendoza and Giancarlo Fisichella, this is. And we've heard an extension of the rumors we heard in Spain that Mendoza might be heading to Benetton mid-season. We've heard he's actually either rejected Flavio Briatore's contract offer as he makes a move against Fisichella, lock up, but he manages to get the move done. He's either rejected the contract offer made by Flavio Briatore, or he signed a pre-contract. We'll get more details as the season goes along. Things looking a bit grim for McLaren, as Mika Hakkinen has been called into the pits. He's been fighting Michael Schumacher for the longest times, but he's not managed to find a way through despite having a slight top speed advantage. Now he has to come in with the knowledge that despite having less fuel than his opponent, he did not manage to get the lead. Here we see Heinz-Harald Frentzen fighting with Jenson Button. Frenzen's 2000 season not as successful as his 99 season so far, where they were fighting with McLaren and Ferrari, specifically with Eddie Irvine and Mika Hakkinen for the 99 championship. He tried to get out of the way, did not know Jenson Button was there. That is some sort of car issue. Careful, yeah, they will not hit him. Some sort of car issue has taken Heinz-Harald Frentzen out of this race. Just a very unlucky man, this man here. And now the home hero is coming into the pits. Michael Schumacher has been called into the pits. Rubens Barrichello already has been served, so it can only be for him. And as you see, he goes into the pits. Michael Schumacher will surrender the lead to David Coulthard, but with the way the strategies are going, I think he's on the right track. Races like this is why we think Peugeot is leading Formula 1. Just not a very good year from Prost and Peugeot. Underpowered, not a lot of downforce, plenty of mechanical issues. You can see that will be John Alesi out of this race. Just a big disappointment for the once very good Ligier team. Not that good right now, are they? Is that lighting that I saw? And it looks like the weather forecast was right. It is falling rain right now. It's very heavy. It's getting heavier as we speak. The drivers are definitely tiptoeing around the track. It is not fun going on those group tires. You might expect the group tires to be better than slicks when it comes to wet weather conditions, but the fact that there's less contact patch does not help them at all. Even slicks have more grip in these current conditions compared to these group tires. It's very counterintuitive, but it's what it is. The groove tires don't have a lot of grip, so they will be coming into the pits shortly for either intermediate tires or wet weather tires. Careful, Mendoza, that can be a very illegal corner cut. There they go, coming into the pits. You saw in the communications what kind of what they call it, pit stop adjustments they will do aside from just putting wet weather tires into the pits. Mendoza, let's see how things go. And we see Michael Schumacher catching up to David Coulthard real quickly, but that catching up's not gonna last long. Both are gonna get into the pits, both are surely gonna put wet weather tires, and then the hunt will continue. Can David Coulthard hold on, or will Michael Schumacher, known as the best weather driver in Formula 1, get the position back? Mendoza has put together a very furious series of laps. Mika Hakkinen just coming out of the pits. You can maybe see him on the right there. He is, whoa, what was Marc Gené doing, slowing down right in the middle of the road? Mendoza does manage to get the position for Mika Hakkinen, but he's now fighting for it. Can he confirm? Yes, absolutely got it. But I'm pretty sure Alex Mendoza is not going to be happy with Marc Gené about him slowing down on the racing line. But Marc Gené was doing the right thing, just letting the faster cars, the cars on the lead lap, get in front. I'm not sure what kind of image Alex Mendoza is going to have. I was shocked, as you could hear, when I saw that, but maybe Alex Mendoza will understand. And it is Michael Schumacher who has the pace advantage, and he had the shorter stop compared to David Coulthard. We think it's still on that 3-stop plan. We think Michael Schumacher can go to the will not go to the end on this set of tires. Will do another pit stop, while David Coulthard will try to make it to the end. That's going to be a bit risky considering the pace loss from the fuel you have in these conditions. Oh, David Coulthard has read it wrong. He's read the traffic wrong, and Michael Schumacher into the lead of the race. Now his objective is to make a 20-second gap to David Coulthard to be able to pit again and hold on to first place. It's about going around the traffic, reading the traffic right so that you lose the least amount of time. David Coulthard made the mistake. He did not read the Minardi traffic right. Michael Schumacher did, and now he's being rewarded. One of those we think is really underperforming is Ricardo Zonta, former FIA GT champion, but in Formula One he's actually been a very unlucky fellow. He's had the very terrible in terms of reliability 1999 VAR, but in terms of performances he's been well outclassed by 1997 Formula One champion Jacques Villeneuve. It doesn't help your case when your car is having these sorts of issues. I think that will be him out of the race. At the very least, he managed to get out of the racing line and out of the track entirely. And Alex Mendoza, who we also believe has to do another stop, has managed to catch David Coulthard. This is a fight for P2 right here, and honestly could go either way. David Coulthard is on the better car, but the car difference lowers a bit when you are on wet weather conditions. Now it's only about skill, but it doesn't really help Alex Mendoza's case if he makes mistakes like this. I saw some sort of throttle input. He did return safely to a track. Yeah, the FIA might not be too happy. That will definitely be a warning, but I heard some weird throttle input when he was going into the corner. I'm not sure why did he held the throttle so heavily. We know he uses a throttle to stabilize the rear of the car, but I don't think that's what he intended there. Maybe too stable. Okay, Mendoza is back in this. He's managed to catch David Coulthard again. You might think the distance is big, but Mendoza's pace has been amazing, and the Dunlop curve has been his favorite hunting grounds. Let's see if he's gonna try this attack on David Coulthard here on the Dunlop curve. He looks pretty far. He's gonna try it anyway. Sends the car in. David Coulthard leaves the window a bit too open, and he's paying for it. Alex Mendoza up to P2. Why does it happen that the best races Mendoza has, it's in wet weather conditions? He's actually done this since his 1999 season with Minardi. He had that Canada race where he gave Minardi their first podium in the wet weather of Montreal. David Coulthard, I think, is gonna try again into the BSS. Let's see if he's able to. But like I was saying, in Canada and the very interesting 1999 Europe Grand Prix as well. Pedro Diniz has been having a few issues in these current wet weather conditions. He said that the car does not feel under him. We don't know if this is due to a skill situation or if it is due to a mechanical issue with the car. At this point, it feels like it was some sort of mechanical issue with the brakes that will be Pedro Diniz out of this Grand Prix. Alex Mendoza called into the pits for what we think is his final stop of the afternoon. It will put him behind David Coulthard and I think behind Mika Häkkinen, but considering the pace he's having, he should have no issue whatsoever getting the moves done on the two McLaren men. But let's see if he's actually able to perform. Michael Schumacher also ready to serve his final stop. Careful, do not try overtaking the back marker here, especially when you're trying to get into the pits. Here he goes into the pits. He should be able to hold on to the lead. David Coulthard has not managed to keep the pit stop window closed, and Michael Schumacher busted it wide open and now taking advantage of it. So in the end, Mendoza did end up behind Mika Häkkinen on track, but he should be able to get past him considering he has fresher tires. Despite the car disadvantage, tires, when they're fresh, especially against worn tires, they are able to help you a lot. I don't think he intended to get a move done there, and he sent it there. I don't think he wanted to get the move done, got the power down better than Mika Häkkinen and got the position. Again, like I told you before, he has so many great wet weather performances. The 99 Canadian Grand Prix where he got a podium for Minardi. Europe 99 where he did the same. He did excellent in France 99 where it was wet, and the British Grand Prix this very year. Trouble for the Ford engine in Gaston Mazzacani's car. It's been smoking and sending a bit of fire behind him for quite a while now. He gets it out of the road. That was very, very dangerous. There might be some oil on track, and that's Gaston Mazzacani out of the race. Careful, Ford. Jarno Trulli has been the other three stopper in this Grand Prix, but his car doesn't sound very good. Why that could be, he's stuck in gear. Yeah, he was actually looking solid before this issue, but that will be him out of the race. He's trying to get the car back into the pits. We think Giancarlo Fisichella has excellent job security at Benetton, so if Mendoza does end up going there, it will be Wurtzel is in trouble, not Fisichella. Speaking of which, he's top of track. Whoa, and that's Nick Heidfeld. He's sent spinning. Will Button do the same? No, he actually does keep it on track. But wow, that will be Fisichella out of this race, and I think Heidfeld is okay. Actually, no, never mind what I said about Heidfeld. Now he's having some sort of issue. I think it's gearbox issue, and cost David Coulthard some time, and I think it will cost Alex Mendoza more time as well. There he goes. Gearbox issue for Nick Heidfeld, and that will be him out of the race. Oh, here we go again. Alex Mendoza right behind David Coulthard. David Coulthard's tires are absolutely shot. Remember, he has not pit since the rain started. He's been on the same wet weather tires as the middle of the race, while Alex Mendoza has fresh tires ready for him. And I think he's gonna go down there into Dunlop yet again. David Coulthard just cannot defend the move, cannot hold the outside. And that is Alex Mendoza into P2 again. That's the highest he will go unless something happens to Michael Schumacher. And honestly, due to the state of his tires, I really doubt David Coulthard can do anything to attack him again. He couldn't do anything to defend himself. To attack, which is very, very hard in Formula One, even in these conditions, it's downright impossible. So there is a reason why this man is the Rainmaster of Formula One, the one that's considered the best driver in wet weather conditions. He managed to take the lead under these hostile conditions. Do not spin out Mika Salo, thank you. He managed to dominate wet weather conditions yet again, taking the lead and getting a massive lead over second place. Michael Schumacher is going to win the 2000 European Grand Prix with a significant margin to second place and to his main championship rivals. Second place is another surprising wet weather master. This is Alex Mendoza, once again dominating the conditions. He did it in the previous year in Europe, in this very venue. He did it in Canada, he did it in France until he got dry, and he did it on Britain. Alex Mendoza is gonna finish second in the European Grand Prix. Excellent result for the Jaguar team. And third will be David Coulthard, who will be disappointed with this performance, although not as much as fourth place man Mika Häkkinen. McLaren overall, I think they expected more of this one. Third for David Coulthard, and they are going to have a lot of time to think through this one. Michael Schumacher wins the European Grand Prix of 2000, followed by Alex Mendoza and David Coulthard on the podium. Disappointing race for McLaren Mercedes as they are only third and fourth, with Mika Häkkinen being fourth. That's going to hurt his championship hopes. Rubens Barrichello, not quite a good performance. He finishes fifth, at least good performance for what Ferrari expect. And Eddie Irvine with his first point of the year, he finishes sixth. Plenty behind his teammate Alex Mendoza, but helping the Jaguar team. We've heard that Mendoza is now in control of getting the setups done for both cars, and it looks like it got great results on this one. Jacques Villeneuve 7th, right behind Eddie Irvine, a bit disappointed. He definitely knows he can do better. 8th is Jenson Button, considering his starting position, solid improvement. Alex Wurz is now 9th, which solid considering he managed to hold Pedro de la Rosa, although again de la Rosa had a DNF. Mika Salo 10th and Marc Genet is 11th and last of the qualified runners. 11 will be decent for a Minardi, but considering he was the last of the qualified runners, it's not as good as you will believe. David Coulthard had the fastest lap of the race at 1:19.2, a result of having a very short initial stint compared to everyone else. As you will expect, this changes the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship, with Michael Schumacher taking the lead and tying Mika Häkkinen in terms of wins. 46 points over 39 points for Mika Häkkinen. David Coulthard down at 20 points. Alex Mendoza has 18 points now, very close to David Coulthard, and pulling away from Rubens Barrichello, who is now in 14 points. Not much changes down here below. Frentzen and Villeneuve still have 5 points. Jarno Trulli, Fisichella still have 4 and 2 points respectively. Eddie Irvine jumps up to tied for 10th place with that 6th place position, and he actually jumps ahead of Ralf Schumacher and Ricardo Zonta, as his best finish relative to Zonta is 7th. Ralf Schumacher also has a 7th place, but Eddie Irvine has an 8th compared to Ralf Schumacher's 9th. As for the constructors' endings, Ferrari have a 60 points position compared to McLaren Mercedes having 59. Small lead, 1 point, but it is absolutely there. Jaguar finally scored with both cars, now have 19 points and are absolutely beating Jordan, BAR, Benetton and Williams, who have, in that specific order, 9 points, 6 points, 2 points and 1 point. That will be it for this episode around the European Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next race, where we will be going to the Principality, F1's most glamorous event, the Monaco Street Circuit. Are you ready for the Monaco Grand Prix? And I hope to see you there. Goodbye.